Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello learners, welcome back to the course on AI in Human Resource Management. We move to the second lecture of the module 8 where we'll be looking into HRM digitalization success and the future opportunities associated with that. I'm Dr. Abraham Cyril Issac. I'm an assistant professor at the School of Business, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. Now, when you look into HRM digitalization specifically, we have to understand that how it has upgraded the HRM landscape. So HRM digitalization, how it has transformed or it is transforming the HR operations. We'll look into that first. We'll see the ground realities, what are happening, and then we'll look into the challenges aspect. So when you're looking into the HRM digitalization, it integrates digital technologies into HR operations. So it improves efficiency, it improves accuracy and employee experience. But when you are talking about HRM digitalization, what do you specifically mean by HRM digitalization? Human resource management digitalization actually refers to the integration of digital technologies into all aspects of HR operations, transforming the traditional processes to improve the efficiency, the accuracy and the employee experience which we are talking about. So digitalization is all about HR encompassing various technology, including something like cloud-based HR, HRIS, HR information system, ATS applicant tracking system, AI artificial intelligence for recruitment, data analytics for decision making, and employee self-service portals. So all these come under the ambit of HRM digitalization. So this particular digital shift not only streamlines administrative tasks, but also enables HR professionals to focus on the strategic initiatives, enhance the workforce engagement, and respond to changing organizational needs more effectively. Now, let's do a comparison between digitalization and digitization. What is the difference between these two? Because when we are talking about HRM digitalization, we have to be very clear how is it different from digitization. So let's look into this. Digitalization differs from digitization. Let's say digitization involves converting analog information into digital formats. Digitalization represents a much broader shift that fundamentally changes how an organization operates. So in HRM, this means moving away from the traditional paper-based process to automated systems that facilitate real-time access and analysis. So when you are using tools like AI-powered recruitment tools or automating payroll systems, we are essentially looking at digitalization. When you are just converting paper-based HR records, be it some employee files or some performance reviews to digital formats, like storing them in a cloud, this is digitization. So I hope the difference is clear so that it will aid the understanding in further slides. When you are looking into the HRM digitalization, first let us understand what is the importance and relevance of HRM digitalization. There is no doubt that it enhances efficiency. Digital tools automate routine HR tasks such as payroll processing and employee record management, allowing HR professionals to focus on strategic initiatives. So when you talk about this particular shift, it leads to increased productivity and reduced operational cost. There is a possibility of improving the employee experience. Digital platforms, please take a note of that. empower employees by providing self-service options for managing their HR-related needs. So this particular autonomy fosters greater satisfaction and engagement among employees as they can access information quickly and efficiently. There is this data-driven decision making, which is again access to analytics, which enables better workforce planning and performance evaluations. Organizations can typically make informed decisions based on real-time data rather than relying on intuition or maybe some outdated information. Other significant factors are cost efficiency. When you look into cost efficiency, please note, by reducing administrative burdens, let's say through automation, organizations can actually achieve significant cost savings. So digital solutions minimize the resources required for manual tasks while enhancing overall productivity. There is also a possibility of compliance and risk management with respect to the digitalization. Digital HR systems help ensure adherence to legal standards by automating compliance related tasks and providing robust data security measures to protect sensitive employee information. We also have agility in talent management, which will come in as a result of digitalization. Digital tools enable organizations to quickly adapt their recruitment strategies based on the market trends or internal needs. AI-driven recruitment platforms can typically analyze candidate profiles more efficiently than the traditional method. So that itself becomes a reason for the increased efficiency. Another significant aspect is the continuous learning and development, e-learning platforms. They allow for personalized training experiences that typically cater to individual employee needs, fostering a culture of continuous learning. So, a culture of continuous learning within the organization will be developed as a result. Now, let's look into the technological success factors. HRM digitalization is driven by several success factors as categorized by Mosca 2020 study, which can be grouped into technological, organizational, and people related. So, we'll go with these categorizations or these dimensions. These factors are essential for maximizing the benefits of digital tools in the HR processes and ensuring the smooth adoption and integration of technologies within organization. So, when you look into the technological success factor, which is the first dimension according to Mosca 2020, the first one is ease of use. One of the most critical factors for the success of HRM digitalization is the ease of use of the technologies implemented, period. HR staff and employees who will interact with the systems need intuitive, user-friendly platforms to typically encourage widespread adoption and reduce the resistance to the change. So, what we have discussed about the inertia in the previous class, typically it is being taken care of at this point in time. According to Mosca's research, which I am deliberating here, the simpler the technology is to use, the more likely it is that HR teams and employees will engage with it effectively. So, when you're using user-friendly systems that contribute to seamless day-to-day operations, from managing employee records to conducting performance evaluations and talent assessments, a cumbersome, overly complex systems, on the other hand, can lead to problems. It can lead to frustration, low engagement, and eventually what happens is underutilization. So, thus neglecting the intended benefits of the technology. Another significant technological success factor would be integration. When you look into integration, you have to understand that it is a critical success factor because it is having the ability of new digital tools to integrate smoothly with existing HR systems and process. That is the beauty of integration. HR functions often involve multiple systems like what we have seen as payroll, benefits administration, or performance management platforms. So, the digital tools being adopted must be able to work alongside and communicate with these existing systems without creating typical silos. So, Mosca's research, again I am referring to, emphasizes that seamless integration allows for real-time data sharing. It enhances the process efficiency. process efficiency, and minimizes disruptions caused by redundant data entry or poor system interoperability. So, an integrated system typically ensures that all HR related data is consolidated, which is vital for making informed data driven decisions. Another significant technological success factor would be the data management. The increasing reliance on digital tools means that HR department now deal with larger volumes of data than ever before. So as Mosca notes, effective data management practices are crucial for ensuring that organizations can leverage the analytics and reporting capabilities of digital HR systems. So these systems must be designed to securely store, manage and analyze data while complying with data privacy regulations. So you look into data collection, accurate data collection, management and analysis enable HR leaders to track performance metrics, predict talent needs and align HR strategies with broader business objectives. So when you look into data management, please note, poor data management, on the other hand, can lead to data breaches, inaccurate reporting, and even to a great extent flawed decision making. So this is the relevance of data management. We look into other success factors. We have organizational success factor coming up as a second dimension. The first and the foremost and the most critical one, if something has to happen in a successful way, you need to have the top management support. So the role of leadership cannot be overstated when it comes to successful digitalization of HRM. Mosca's research typically highlights this and says that the top management support is vital for driving digital initiatives forward and ensuring that they receive the necessary attention and resources. So leaders must demonstrate their commitment to HR digitalization by advocating for its benefits, allocating budgets and guiding their teams through the transition process. Leadership support also plays a vital role in overcoming resistance to change and ensuring that the digital transformation is aligned with the overall strategic goals of the organization. So if that strategic intent is not in place, then again organizational success factor will not come or manifest into a possible successful culmination. When you are looking into leadership, without strong leadership backing, digitalization efforts may stall due to a lack of funding, clear direction or even prioritization. Another significant factor with respect to organization would be organizational culture. A culture that embraces change is essential for the smooth adoption of digital HRM practices. So Mosca's research indicates that organizations with a culture of continuous improvement, innovation and openness to technological advancements are more likely to succeed in the digital transformation efforts. So digitalization often requires employees to change their way of working, adopt new processes and continually adapt to evolving technologies. So in organizations where the culture is resistant to change or where the employees are not encouraged to experiment or learn like that, hands-on experience, the transition to digital HR tools can be met with pushback. So that will lead to slow adoption rates. Another significant aspect would be a forward-thinking organizational culture can help employees see digital transformation as an opportunity for growth and improvement, making the transition smoother and more sustainable. Another significant factor in the organization would be the budget and resources. So adequate financial resources are vital organizational factor influencing the success of HRM digitalization. So you talk about implementing digital HR tools, it requires significant investment, no doubt about it, not only in technology but also in the training and development of employees who will use these systems. So organizations need to allocate sufficient budget to cover the cost of new technologies, ongoing maintenance and system updates. Additionally, investing in the right talent, either through hiring or upskilling existing HR staff, is vital to ensure that HR professionals have the expertise to manage and leverage digital tools effectively. Please note, a lack of financial resources can result in poorly implemented systems which may not deliver the expected return on investment or meet the organization's HR needs. When you're looking into other significant factors, we have people success factors. When you look into people success factors, the first and foremost one that will come out would be the training, employee training. Please note, continuous employee training is one of the most significant people related factors in HRM digitalization. When you look into digital transformation, it often involves, let's say, new software platforms. It involves automated workflows. It involves data analytic tools, which require HR staff to expand their technical skill sets. So organizations that invest in regular, comprehensive training programs are better positioned to help their employees navigate these changes successfully. So such programs should be tailored to the specific tools being implemented and should include hands-on training, resources for self-paced learning, and ongoing support. User acceptance is another significant factor, specifically people success factor. Engaging employees in the digital transformation process from the outset is crucial for fostering user acceptance and minimizing the resistance. So, when employees feel involved in the decision-making process, which I have time and again emphasized and re-emphasized during the previous lectures, I repeat it here, when employees feel involved in the decision-making process, they are more likely to accept and embrace new technologies. So this can be achieved by gathering employee feedback during the selection and implementation phases of new digital tools, offering transparent communication about the benefits of digitalization and addressing concerns proactively. User acceptance is also influenced by how well the technology meets employees' needs and fits into their workflows. So when employees see firsthand how digital tools make their jobs easier, they are more likely to adopt and champion these systems, ensuring long-term success. Other success factors for HR digitalization would include, a leadership commitment. It would include clear strategy and roadmap, which will be very critical when you're looking into the leadership commitment. It is all about leaders being champions of the change. Communicate the benefits of digitalization and allocate resources to support implementation. For instance, let's take an example. A tech company that successfully integrated AI into its recruitment process had strong leadership backing that ensured alignment between HR and overall business strategy. The result was a streamlined hiring process and improved candidate experience, demonstrating the importance of leadership in driving the digital transformation. When you are looking into other success factors for HRM digitalization, leadership commitment happens to be the first and the foremost one, a critical factor for successful HRM digitalization, no doubt about it. Leaders must champion the change. They must communicate the benefits of digitalization, basically, and provide resources. Let's look into an example. A tech company that successfully integrated AI into its recruitment process had strong leadership backing that ensured alignment between HRM and overall business strategy. So the result was that it streamlined the hiring process and improved the candidate experience, demonstrating the importance of leadership in driving digital transformation. Another significant aspect could be the clear strategy and a roadmap. Developing, let's say, a comprehensive digitalization strategy is essential for aligning the HR initiatives with business goals. So organizations must actually create a roadmap that outlines the timeline, resources, and key performance indicators to actually measure success. So when you are looking into strategy, let's take an example. An organization looking to enhance its talent acquisition process might set measurable goals related to time to fill, candidate quality, and diversity metrics. So when you are looking into the clear strategy or having a clear strategy and roadmap ensures HR digitalization efforts addresses specific challenges and achieves the desired outcomes. When you're looking into other significant factors, you have employee engagement and training. Please note, ladies and gentlemen, engaging employees in the digitalization process is crucial for fostering acceptance and minimizing resistance. Organizations should involve employees in discussions about new technologies, solicit their feedback, and address their concerns. So, providing a comprehensive training is also vital to equip the HR teams with the required skills. Continuous learning opportunities, again, something like workshops or online courses like this can help HR professionals to stay updated and current with emerging technology. So a company that successfully navigated digitalization engaged employees early on, resulting in higher adoption rates and improved overall satisfaction with the new systems. You have the data driven decision making possibility with respect to the employee engagement and specifically the decision making process. Leveraging this data analytics to inform HR strategies is a hallmark of successful digitalization. So when you are looking into organizations, by employing data driven insights, the HR teams can identify trends, predict future workforce needs, and specifically tailor initiatives to enhance the employee satisfaction. For instance, a company that used analytics to identify high turnover rates among specific departments implemented the targeted retention strategy, resulting in a significant decrease in attrition. So this typical example illustrates how data driven decision making can enhance the HR effectiveness and support organizational objectives. The third important factor here is the agility and flexibility. In today's fast paced business environment, HR processes must remain agile and flexible, there is no doubt about that. Organizations should design HR functions that can quickly adapt to changing business needs and external factors such as market shifts or technological advancements. This particular agility allows HR teams to respond promptly to employee feedback, business challenges, and emerging trends. So, best practices for maintaining agility in HR operations would include implementing iterative process, using or leveraging technology to facilitate communication and fostering a culture of continuous improvement. So when you are looking into the factors, there are a lot of different factors, and even within the employee engagement and data driven decision making, you have these employee engagement and training, data driven decision making, agility and flexibility. Now let's look into the overview of digitalization trends in HRM. There is no doubt COVID-19 was a negative aspect, and being a COVID-19 positive was considered bad or had its own negative consequences during the period. But there are some positives associated to COVID-19, which is the acceleration that digitalization or HRM digitalization has got due to COVID-19. The pandemic actually necessitated the rapid adoption of digital tools in HRM. So when you're looking into the shift to remote work, necessitated the rapid adoption of all these digital tools, so remote operational continuity became paramount. Prompting the use of virtual HR platforms for collaboration, for onboarding, and even for management. So most of the processes during those days, if you remember, and after post-COVID, has significantly changed or transitioned to online platforms. You also have cloud-based HRM systems. Cloud systems allow real-time data access and enable remote functionality, offering flexibility in managing HR tasks such as payroll, benefits administration, and employee data management. So these systems also allow for scalable solutions which can grow with organizational needs. So when you look into the present course, AI in Human Resource Management, we have to also see digitalization from the AI and machine learning integration. AI is transforming several HR functions. Our all modules are with respect to that. Be it talent acquisition, AI algorithms help in screening resume, matching job profiles, identifying top candidates, which we have already seen. Employee performance evaluations, we know that tools are there which provide data insights to evaluate performance based on real-time metrics, reducing human biases. We have seen that. We have seen AI chatbots, which are widely used to streamline HR services, answer routine employee questions, schedule interviews, conduct initial interview screenings, etc. We have also seen some of the employee engagement and retention platforms that track engagement trends, analyzing employee feedback and sentiment to suggest improvements. When you look into the statistics on digitalization adoption, please note a 2022 Deloitte report highlights that over 70% of the companies have now implemented cloud-based HR solutions. This reflects the growing reliance on the digital platforms to manage HR operations remotely and efficiently. You look into AI's role in HR is growing rapidly with projected CAGR, compound annual growth rates for AI in HR estimated at over 30% in the coming years. So companies are increasingly recognizing the ROI from automating routine HR tasks and deriving insights from data analytics. We also have some employee-centric tools. More organizations are adopting digital HR tools to enhance the employee experience, improve engagement, and reduce the turnover. So automation in tasks such as onboarding and training has significantly shortened processes, providing real-time insights into employee development. Now let's look into some of the case studies of successful HRM digitalization. We'll start with the Unilever's AI-driven recruitment. If we have seen the Unilever's perspective, it is very interesting to note that Unilever used AI-powered platforms to streamline its hiring process, so particularly for early career talent. So this system utilized algorithms to analyze candidates' video interviews and games, assessing their personalities and typically the job fit. As a result, Unilever reduced its recruitment time by 75%. That is the significant reduction that has been obtained, enabling more data-driven and unbiased candidate assessment. So this implementation significantly enhanced efficiency and candidate experience in their hiring. Let's look into the future opportunities in HRM digitalization. We see that artificial intelligence and machine learning has a huge potential. As organization continues to embrace HRM digitalization, the role of AI and ML will expand significantly. For instance, AI-powered recruitment tools we have seen can analyze candidate profiles and predict the likelihood of cultural fit even and success in specific roles. Even predictive analytics can come for help. The future of HRM digitalization will heavily rely on these technologies to enhance decision making and improve overall workforce management totally. We'll see that there is the possibility and existence of remote work tools. The rise of remote work has fundamentally changed the way organizations operate. We have seen this. As remote and hybrid work models become more prevalent, HR professionals must focus on developing the strategies to manage and engage distributed teams effectively. So, future opportunities would include implementing, let's say, advanced collaboration platforms that facilitate communication, project management, performance tracking, etc. We have possibilities of leveraging VR, virtual reality, or AR, augmented reality technologies, maybe for training, immersive training experiences or team building activities. We have a possibility for data privacy. As HRM digitalization progresses, the robust data governance frameworks should come in that outline how employee data is collected, how it is stored, and how it is used. Moreover, organizations should adopt ethical AI practices to mitigate biases and ensure transparency in algorithmic decision making. So, the future HRM digitalization initiatives will need to balance the benefits of technology with the imperative to protect employee rights. Employee experience and well-being. The future of HRM digitalization will also focus on enhancing employee experience and well-being. Organizations are increasingly recognizing the importance of supporting employee mental health and well-being. So this trend will drive the adoption of technologies that promote well-being, such as mental health apps, wellness programs, AI-powered personalized learning, etc. You also have, personalized employees experiences powered by AI that can enhance engagement and satisfaction. For instance, let's say organizations may use AI algorithms to deliver customized learning and development opportunities based on individual career aspirations and skill gaps, thereby improving overall employee experiences. Now, when you look into advanced analytics and AI integration, we have AI-powered recruitment. As we have already seen, there's a possibility of fast and quick screening, and the accuracy is pretty high in in AI-powered recruitment. We have also seen the flip side as well, but platforms using AI for candidate matching can assess not only hard skills, but also personality traits and cultural fit, making the recruitment more strategic. We have some employee performance assessments also. We have some turnover predictions, predictive workforce planning, like with respect to the foresights or enabling HR to proactively address on issues like employee dissatisfaction or burnout, etc. We have possibilities of workforce planning also. But when we look into enhanced employee engagement, we have to understand that it is vital in terms of open communication. How will you promote open communication? Employees can regularly provide feedback on their work environment, challenges, or if there are certain satisfaction levels that or dissatisfaction level, then that too. This creates a culture of transparency and trust as management can swiftly respond to concerns and make necessary arrangements. There can be some real-time analytics tools that identify engagement issues in departments. They track the progress of engagement initiatives over time. Enhanced personalization, apps providing tailored insights for managers. They recommend actions to improve the individual employee morale. When you look into the remote work capabilities, we have the collaboration platforms. You have tools like Slack, the one we use, Microsoft Teams or Zoom, have become essential in managing the distributed teams. So these platforms enable seamless communication and collaboration, allowing teams to stay connected regardless of the location. We have some task management tools. Platforms like Trello, Asana help manage projects remotely by providing visibility into tasks, deadlines, and team responsibilities. When you are looking into performance and tracking, HR departments can track the productivity and well-being of remote workers using digital tools, ensuring that the employees remain engaged, supported, and productive regardless of their work environment. Another significant factor which AI boasts about is the continuous learning and development. There are possibilities of higher participation rates because of this. There are possibilities of personalized learning that may happen because of it. Digital platforms, curate tailored learning programs, or there is possibilities of 24/7 access on-demand resources that support flexibility in modern work environments. There is a possibility of micro-learning. Most of you might be aware of this. Short interactive modules that allow quick skill acquisition without disrupting daily work. Another significant, buzzword would be the gamification in the training programs. You look into making training programs more engaging, more fun. Gamification increases the employee participation, no doubt about it. We have the possibility that employees are more likely to complete training modules when they are designed to be interactive and rewarding. There's a possibility of better knowledge retention. Interactive content, be it quizzes, simulations, or challenges, that improves the retention and understanding. So employees can apply what they learn in simulative environments, which enhances their ability to transfer the knowledge to real-world tasks. There's also a possibility of collaborative learning. We're talking about gamified platforms that can encourage team-based challenges, fostering collaboration and camaraderie while boosting the learning outcomes. For gamified platforms can encourage team-based challenges, fostering collaboration and camaraderie while boosting learning outcomes. So when you're looking into the learning part, there is the possibility of diversity and inclusion initiatives also. When you are looking into workforce, we have the possibility of tracking the diversity metrics. We have the possibility of targeted recruitment. We have the possibility of inclusive culture. You're looking into diversity metrics. HR tools can monitor diversity across various dimensions, be it gender, be it race, be it age or disability status. So by using data analytics, organizations can track their progress towards the specified organization D&I goal and identify areas for improvement. We have the possibility of targeted recruitment, whereby the tools can help organizations ensure that the recruitment process are typically inclusive, they are fair and aligned with the D&I objectives. There are possibilities with respect to inclusive culture by analyzing engagement data from diverse employee groups, HR can develop targeted programs that foster inclusion, such as mentorship opportunities or diversity training. Then we also have then the possibility of predictive workforce planning, which we have seen, which can forecast the future needs. Proactive talent acquisition possibilities are there. Optimizing workforce efficiency is there. When you are looking into all these aspects, you know, the sustainability also should not get a hit. That is why paperless onboarding operations, remote work on sustainable strategy and sustainable resources altogether are also pretty much existing. So when you are looking into the HRM digitalization, we have to understand that AI is capturing the HRM digitalization, or in a positive note, AI is refining and fine-tuning the digitalization process of human resource management. So this is for good. This is for a healthy and better management practice, because it gives you more efficient practices, it gives you more effective approaches, and it certainly gives you better performance ratings. So that's all for today's class. We'll see you with another important session in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.